first I'm going to talk about the perfume that I wore this Monday. Dianoche Ocean by Fuentes. And this is what it looks like outside of the box. So I love the shape of the bottle. It reminds me a bit of the bottle for J'adore by Christian Dior. And the cool thing about this perfume is that it's actually two perfumes in one. You can take the bottle apart to see that this is the day version of Dianoche Ocean and the night version. And already as soon as I take these off, I can just smell the day version and it smells so good. So I got this perfume for $9.99 from Ross Dress for Less, and when I saw it I was hesitant to get it because I've never heard of this perfume. But the great thing about having that a little bit of data on your phone is that you can use the internet. So I did. I went to fragrantica.com. I looked up this perfume. Luckily it was in their database, and I was able to read some reviews that convinced me to go ahead and get it, because based on the reviews, $9.99 was a good deal, because there were a lot of people who were looking for this perfume because it's been discontinued. It used to be sold at Kohl's and now it's not sold at Kohl's anymore. So I guess the leftover bottles are being disseminated to Ross Dress for Less stores in America. But the day version is just very sweet smelling, but not boring. I think of the word boring because there is one perfume this week that I wore that was sweet and just completely boring to me, and it was a new perfume that I was trying. But this one, when I smelled it throughout the day on my skin, wafting from my skin, I was just like, I was just so interested by this perfume. It didn't bore me at all to smell this. The only thing that annoys me about this one is that the night version, you get less of it than you get of the day version. So to counter this, and what I mean by counter it is to keep from running out of one before I run out of the other, is when I wear this, I spray 2 layers of this one first. I spray, 2 on my wrist, 2 on the left and right side of my neck, and 2 on my cleavage, and 2 on the back of my neck. Then I go in with this one and I just do 1 spray of the night version on the same locations, because the way this is advertised is that you can wear these together, and I choose to wear them together. I love the day version by itself. The night version is okay by itself, but the two combined is just the perfect, beautiful scent. Because I end up wearing so many layers of this, having 2 sprays of this on each pulse point and 1 spray of this on each pulse point, I feel like that's why it lasts so long, because I just have so many layers. But it lasts a long time when I wear this. I smelled it the whole day, a little bit into the night. So if you see this one at your local Ross Dress for Less, or anywhere really, wherever you might see it, and you do like sweet perfumes, but sweet more along the lines of a sweet florals, I think this is a good one for you, because this isn't candy sweet or sugar sweet. This is floral sweet. And what I mean by floral sweet is your flowers like tuberose, jasmine, tiara flower, if that's how you pronounce it. Those type of flowers, most of the time your white florals have like this sweet creamy smell. So that's the type of sweetness I like. I like the sweetness that comes from white florals. I'm okay with the sweetness that comes from candy notes and gourmand notes, but I like this type of sweetness better. The next perfume I wore this week, the perfume I wore on Tuesday, is Tracy perfume. That's how the box looks. And let me take it out of the box so you can see how the bottle looks, because I think the bottle is really cool. And this is the bottle. Can you see my face weirdly through the glass? But I really like the packaging of this in regards to the bottle. And the packaging of the box is typical. I don't really care about the packaging of the box as long as it has the logo and the name of the perfume. I'm cool, because that just makes it easy to find, because I keep all my perfumes in the box. But if I were to keep my perfume on the desk, on my vanity, this would be a cool perfume to keep on the vanity. So let me talk about this perfume. So the cool thing about this perfume for me is that it reminds me not in a duplicate way, but it reminds me of Nomad or Nomad by Chloe. I have a sample of Chloe Nomad, and I'm almost out of it because I loved it that much trying it out. It is on my list of perfumes that once I'm able to invest in some quality designer perfumes, Nomad by Chloe is one that I want to get. But I can't currently get it, and I was kind of sad about it. But then I happened to see this at TJ Maxx. I couldn't smell it because if you've been to TJ Maxx, you know that the perfumes are packaged in a way to where most of the time you can't take them out of the box and smell them. But I just took I guess you could say a gamble and bought this because it was so inexpensive. I think it was $7 or $10. And it wasn't really a gamble. I prayed to. I was in the store and I was like, Lord, should I get this perfume? I don't know. I can't smell it. I've never heard of this. But after I prayed about it, I was led to get it, and I'm so glad I got it because it reminds me so much of Chloe Nomad. And honestly, it's not surprising because when I researched this one, both Chloe Nomad and Tracy by Tracy are Chypre for perfumes. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Chypre perfumes. Chypre is the French name for Cyprus, an island in Greece, and the Chypre family basically is one where the perfume has a combination of oak moss, citrus, I think, and one other note that I can't remember. But this definitely has the oak moss in it. I can smell it. It definitely has the citrus layers in it because I smell like maybe bergamot or lemon in it. I don't remember the notes off the top of my head. But it also has some fruit notes to it as well, and that's very similar to the composition of Chloe Nomad. Chloe Nomad and Tracy aren't duplicate with their notes, but they are kind of extremely similar. And I also enjoy that the staying power on this is pretty good. I wore this on Tuesday, my first day working in the library. I'm volunteering in the library, and it started this week. And I've been working in the archives, and this perfume just felt like a perfume that someone who works in archives would wear. I feel the same way about Rogue by Rihanna. I feel like Rogue is one I would enjoy wearing in the library. And I think that's also because the library is really cold, especially the archives. They keep the archives at a pretty low temperature as far as how cold it is because that protects the documents better, the old documents. But it's freezing in there, and something about being in freezing weather or a freezing atmosphere makes me want to wear a Chypre perfume. So I really enjoyed wearing this one on Tuesday. I enjoyed the lasting power. It didn't last as long as my Dianoche Ocean, but I didn't use as many sprays. It lasted decently though. I would say it lasted for my 8-hour day. By the 8 hours though, by the end of the 8 hours, it was pretty faint, like barely there, but still there. So the next perfume that I wore on Tuesday was a surprise for me. It wasn't in my mental database when I was going through the week and thinking of what perfumes I was gonna wear, but then Tuesday night, in preparing for Wednesday morning, I decided to go through my sample collection, my collection of sample perfumes. And I remembered that I have this Ralph Lauren Tender Romance sample. So I picked it up and I was like, did I like this? I don't remember liking it that much. But then I read the description on the inside and it says it's a fresh oriental. And that caught my attention because lately I've been getting more and more into orientals. I used to be an exclusively sweet, fruity type of perfume as far as the perfumes I liked. But I've been getting away from those and being more drawn to orientals. So I decided to wear this one. And I did 2 layers of it. So basically 2 sprays on each pulse point. And because of that, I am almost out of my little sample. But this one was a very pleasant surprise. A very pleasant surprise. I really, really enjoyed the smell of this one. It had a sweetness to it, but a fresh floralness to it. and also a spiciness. The spiciness is what I enjoyed the most, especially in combination with the sweetness. So when I looked up the notes, I saw that one of the notes is ginger, and I was like, that's perfect, because I love the smell of ginger, I love the smell of sweet florals, and I love the smell of fruits. And if I remember correctly, this one does have a combination of florals, fruits, and spice. I'm not sure about the the fruits part, but I know that there's definitely something sweet in here along that mixes well with the spiciness of the ginger. And I just kept smelling it throughout the day, and it was such an invigorating smell, such an encouraging smell. I was just like, oh, this is on the list. This is definitely on the list of perfumes, designer perfumes that I hope to own one day. I think I will want a 1 ounce bottle of this, because honestly, this perfume felt like I want to save this for really special occasions. I wouldn't only wear it on special occasions, but this is the one where if a special occasion comes around, I want to have this one. So because I know if I had it, I wouldn't wear it every day, I would probably get the 1 ounce bottle just to make sure it doesn't go bad before I use it up. But again, I loved this one. Really enjoyed the staying power, really enjoyed the smell of it. Another thing I read when I was looking this perfume up was that a lot of people think this is the perfect perfume for your wedding day. I have to agree. Something about this perfume makes me feel like I should wear this while I'm outside on a nice day. Not necessarily a summer day. Summer weddings outside, at least not in Alabama. I've been to outside summer weddings in Alabama, and it's sickening. It's disgusting. But if it was like a outside wedding right at the end of summer, getting close to fall, where it's not cold yet, but it's still a little warm and it's nice, and I had on my white maxi dress style wedding dress, or if I was a bridesmaid who had a bridesmaid's dress that was maxi dress style, this would be the perfect perfume to go with that. So if you're looking for a wedding day perfume, whether it's for your wedding or a wedding you're going to attend, I think that Tender Romance by Ralph Lauren is a great choice. Next up, we have a Belcam Parfums perfume. I say it the way I'm saying it because this is a bit controversial. It is an impression perfume, so basically their version of a designer perfume, not the actual designer perfume. So it's called our version of J'adore, and it's the Eau de Parfum version. This was one of the first perfumes I got once I realized I was big into perfumes. I noticed these perfumes in their perfume section, and they were running for $7.98, and because of it being Walmart, and Walmart's not very protected, I guess, I was able to take them out of the box and smell them. And when I smelled this J'adore by their version of J'adore by Christian Dior, I was like, oh, this is good. This is good. This is a legit perfume. Like I just felt like if I wore this, people would respond to it like it's a legit perfume, not like, are you wearing dollar store perfume? Because I can tell. So even though there's a bit of snobbery and controversy when it comes to buying impression perfumes, I don't feel bad for getting the Belcam version of the impression perfumes, because honestly, this isn't the only Belcam perfume I own, but I feel like Belcam does a really good job of making quality fragrances. And even though they're available for just $8 in Walmart and $10 if you get them online, these don't smell like or feel like cheap perfumes. And I did get a chance to compare this to the real J'adore by Christian Dior. I sprayed some of this on my hand. I went to the department store and I sprayed the actual J'adore on my other hand, and I compared them, and I could not tell the difference. And the lasting power on this is phenomenal. I wore this yesterday, Thursday. Sprayed it around 8 o'clock. I woke up this morning and I could still smell it. And not like a faint smell. It was a, oh, I'm gonna have to scrub this off when I take a shower so that it doesn't mix with the perfume I'm wearing on Friday. Like, that's how strong this is. That's how long it lasts. When I went to Walmart last night at 11 p.m., I went there to get some avocados. I was like, why am I still smelling this perfume? Why am I still able to smell this $8 perfume? And so I personally believe if you have access to Belcam fragrances and you're able to test them out, like smell them to see if you like them, go ahead and get it. Like, don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. And I just really like the smell of this. J'adore by Christian Dior, and this impression of J'adore is just a classic, beautiful, sophisticated fragrance. When I smell it, it just makes me think of a grown woman, a woman who is confident but not braggadocious, I guess. With this perfume, I think of a woman who's confident and doesn't feel the need to prove herself to others. I think that's all I'm gonna say about this perfume. I think I've been talking too much, but I will say again, this is an A1 perfume. If you like J'adore by Christian Dior and you currently cannot get it or cannot spend the money required to get it, go ahead and get this to hold you over. Still eventually try to get the actual J'adore by Christian Dior, because I want the actual J'adore by Christian Dior because the packaging of it is beautiful. And I do want to support the fragrance house that actually came up with the smell. That's the only guilt I feel about buying an impression perfume. I'm not supporting the people who originally came up with the smell. So I do want to eventually support the house of Christian Dior. They took the time to create this fragrance, and they actually have been nice enough to keep this fragrance on the market for a long time because it's been out since the 1990s. So I do want to support them eventually, but I can't right now. Until then, I'm cool with wearing this. The last fragrance that I wore this week, the fragrance I wore today, also was the most boring one. I was surprised at how boring I thought this was because I was really excited to get it. I got it as my package from Scentbox. I was subscribed to Scentbox for 2 months. I have put my subscription on hold for a while because school is about to start and I need to focus on using my money for school stuff. So this perfume thing is just gonna have to wait a while. But until then, I'm happy that I did get my last 2 perfumes from Scentbox. I'll talk in another video about the other perfume that I got. Both of them came in a little container like this, but the one I wore today is the Bright Crystal Absolu by Versace. This is what the container looks like. You roll it up like that, and then you're able to just press the button to spray it, and you can take it out. I'll do a separate video talking about Scentbox. This video is just really focused on my scent of the days for this week. But when I smelled this, the very first time I smelled it was probably a month or 2 ago, and then my reaction to it was, oh, this is a good perfume. But as I've tried other perfumes, smelled other perfumes, been exposed to things that are a little bit more complex and different, smells like this just feel boring to me. So this is a fruity floral. It has raspberry in it. It has pomegranate in it. It has a flower that looks like a lotus flower. I can't remember the actual name of it. And I know the base of it has musk in it. It's nothing offensive about this perfume at all. The good thing about this perfume is if you're ever in a position where you have to buy a perfume for someone as a gift and you don't really know what they like, you just know that they want a nice perfume, this is a safe bet. Like, this is a perfume you could get them that they probably won't hate. It's not a guarantee that they will love it, but I've read some reviews. There are a lot of people who love this perfume, but for me, it's just okay. I wore it today and I just felt completely bored today. I was just like, I'm wearing the most boring thing in life. It was like, I really can't think of many occasions where I'm gonna pick this up. Like, I have to wear the Bright Crystal Absolu by Versace. I feel like the days I will wear this is when I don't care. Like, I'm going somewhere and I just don't care, but I still care enough to, you know, present myself nicely. But I don't care enough to wear like my favorite perfumes or my most outstanding, attention grabbing perfumes or the most special feeling perfumes. On that day when I don't care, I'm gonna wear Bright Crystal Absolute. So now the next part, I will rank all of the perfumes that I wore this week. You can already guess which one is in last place. Okay, so now let's rank the perfumes that I wore this week so you can know which ones I loved the most and which one I loved the least. I must say that of the 5 that I wore this week, 4 I really enjoyed. So first place, second place, third place, fourth place are all perfumes that I enjoyed. I'm just ranking them in the order I ranked them just because that's what I've decided to do. But any perfume that's in fourth place or third place, that's not a reflection of me disliking it. Like I said, I enjoy all of the perfumes that are from first place to fourth place. The fifth place perfume, ugh. So in first place we have Ralph Lauren Tender Romance. It gets first place off of surprise factor, off of the wow factor. I wasn't prepared for how much I enjoyed this perfume, and I feel like it has exposed me or re-exposed me to a fragrance family that I really want to check out, which is Fresh Orientals, Sweet Orientals. It wouldn't get first place if I was ranking these on staying power. It is not the longest lasting of the collection of perfumes I wore this week, but it still lasted a decent amount. So first place is just as far as how much I loved the perfume, Ralph Lauren Tender Romance. In second place we have Dianoche Ocean by Daisy Fuentes. If I was ranking these by staying power, this would get first place. This one, nope, not first place. It would get second place. This one lasted a really long time, but just off of how the fragrance made me feel, this one gets second place because I really enjoy the type of sweetness this evokes. I didn't say this in the previous section when I was talking about this one, but the other thing that's amazing about this perfume is that it makes me think of vacation. It just makes me, but not a basic vacation. Not I'm going to Pensacola Beach or I'm going to Panama City Beach vacation. That's basic. This makes me think of I'm going to a resort, I'm going on a cruise that's gonna stop in places like Barbados, or I'm going to Ibiza, that's really fancy, or I'm going to Monaco, like our Côte d'Azur, because I think that's what inspired this perfume according to Daisy Fuentes. This makes me think of expensive, luxury, classy vacations. So that's the other thing that I really enjoyed about wearing this, just because it took me to another place. It took me to a great place. If I ever go on a fancy vacation anytime soon, I'll probably wear this one. If it's going to be a while before I go on such a vacation, I'll probably end up having already picked out another perfume that I love specifically for that. So again, this one gets second place. Third place is hard for me. I'm waffling between Ellen and Tracy and J'adore, the Impression of J'adore by Christian Dior, and I think I'm gonna give it to the Belcam Impression of J'adore by Christian Dior. This one has a bit of a surprise factor for me also. When I wore it at first, I expected to be a little bored by it because J'adore is a very classic perfume. I promise you, you know somebody who wears J'adore, whether it's your mom, your sister, that lady from church, somebody at work, you know somebody who wears J'adore by Christian Dior. So I thought I was gonna respond to this and kind of like, I'm wearing a basic perfume, but it didn't feel basic. I caught the smell of it throughout the day. The impact was strong, the sillage was strong, and when I was smelling it, I was pleased by it. I was inspired by it. I felt like a confident, sophisticated, professional woman, which is cool because I was at work that day. So this is great for the office, but I think honestly this is the great thing about this fragrance, this particular scent composition, is that it is multifunctional, multi-use. You can wear it to the office, you can wear it to an evening event, you can wear it to church, you can wear it on a date. You can wear this anywhere and it will fit in. It may not stand out in every environment, but it will fit in to every environment. And so I also give this one 3rd place because of staying power. This one gets 1st place for staying power. If I rank these by staying power, this one gets 1st place. Lasted forever. So yeah, 3rd place is the Belcam Impression of J'adore by Christian Dior. 4th place is Ellen Tracy by Ellen Tracy. It's honestly almost like a tie for 3rd place. I probably love these the same. The thing that's special about the Ellen Tracy one is that it smells very unique. I didn't say this when I was talking about it earlier. The other thing that's amazing about this is that the fragrance changes throughout the day. Some people don't like that. I find that interesting. When I first spray this on my body, I'm catching the earthiness at first, like it has a very outside smell that sounds disgusting to some people. If you remember, I don't know if you ever experienced this, but you go outside as a kid and you play and you come back inside and your mom is like, you smell like outside. So it sounds kind of gross to say something smells like outside, but this smells like outside in a good way, not like you've been running around in your sweat and the dirt type of smell, but more like you're in the forest. You can smell the oak on the trees. You can smell the grass. It smells a little bit wet also. That's what this smells like at first. It smells like wet outside, but wet from the rain, not wet from like your sweat. Then after a while, that outside smell kind of softens up and you smell more of the sweetness. I want to say it almost reminds me of some type of Juicy Couture perfume by the middle of the day. I can't remember which, but I feel like at some point it reminds me of a Juicy Couture perfume. Then by the end of the day, it's almost a very soft, sweet, fresh smell. So that's the other thing I like about this, the uniqueness of it and the way that the fragrance progresses throughout the day. Last place is this one, the Versace Bright Crystal Absolu. I already went in on this perfume. I don't need to go in anymore. But basically, it's in last place because it's basic, it's uninteresting, it's boring. But if someone bought it for me, like bought me a full bottle of it, I would wear it, but I would feel bad because I know my reaction wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, thank you. It'll be like, oh, cool, thanks. And not in a I don't appreciate the gift way, but a part of me would be thinking, man, if I knew you were gonna spend $100 on perfume for me, I wouldn't have told you to get that one. I would have told you to get something like Nomad by Chloe, or definitely Gucci Guilty Absolu Perfume. Yeah. So if someone bought the full bottle of this for me, I would just kind of be like, oh, thanks. That was so sweet. I feel bad because I don't really love it, but thank you. So yeah, that's why this one's in the last place. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video or this type of video. I have reached 15 subscribers, so thank you to all of my new subscribers. And one of my videos, my fragrance collection video, has reached 225 views. Thanks for that too. I have some other videos that are just doing poorly. My poetry poems, my perfume poems, those aren't doing well at all. That may be a little too niche for some people, or a little too weird. But I'm a student studying writing with a concentration in creative writing, so that's gonna happen sometimes. It's gonna come out in my videos sometimes, my love of writing. But again, thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you to you for watching this video. Thank you to you if you decide to subscribe after this video. And thank you if you decide to like this video. Alrighty, bye.